In the depths of the mountains, a mysterious black hole has been discovered, emitting a dark smoke that affects anyone who comes close. The smoke triggers a primal instinct, turning people into aggressive creatures akin to zombies, attacking others on sight. Several curious teenagers decide to explore the phenomenon. To investigate further, they grab Dongrim, a student girl's phone, and tie it to a rope to use as a live streaming camera. They slowly lower the phone into the abyss, but their live stream is soon interrupted. Suddenly, the rope is yanked by some unknown force, causing it to snap in two. Hyen asked Dongrim to jump down and retrieve the mobile phone. As soon as he said that, some delinquent girls went straight to Dongrim, and they grabbed her arms and tried to force Dongrim towards the sinkhole. They attempt to drag her towards the pit, taking advantage of their outnumbering her. In her anger, Dongrim retaliates, slapping Jo Dan. However, she is overpowered and pushed to the ground. The delinquent girls get angrier, planning to teach Dongrim a lesson, but suddenly, a dark smoke emerges and wraps around Jo Dan's body, eventually entering her nose. Quickly, Jo Dan's demeanor changes, and she becomes malevolent. Dongrim, who was lying on the ground, witnessed everything. At this point, they look a little scared. Hyen rushed forward to ask questions, but Jo Dan showed her dark eyes and grabbed Hyen by the neck and threw her to the ground. The two teenagers saw the scene in front of them and they didn't dare to come forward to stop them. Jo Dan seemed to have gone mad, and the teenagers could only watch from a distance. Meanwhile, Hoon Yu fell under the influence of the dark smoke, her eyes turning pitch black, and her body uncontrollable. She heard her mother's call and walked directly towards the abyss, before leaping into it. Dongrim is terrified and panicked. The group was bewildered and unsure of what to do. Hyen is still fighting for his life, but Jo Dan chokes him out alive. When Jo Dan looked up again, she stared fiercely at the two teenagers. Reacting, the two teenagers began to run wildly, rolling and crawling all the way back to the car. However, the motorcycle wouldn't start at the crucial moment. With Jo Dan about to pounce, Min Jae pushes his companion to fend him off while he gets on his motorbike and escapes. Meanwhile, Dongrim, still in shock, curiously approached Hyen's body to check if she was alive or dead. At that moment, a black smoke lunged at her. As night fell, a group of people was involved in a dispute. Some individuals nearby noticed something strange and cautiously approached to investigate. Suddenly, Zhao Dan burst out of the mist and tackled a man to the ground. Black smoke continues to emerge, infecting people and turning them into zombies. They are driven by black smoke and attack humans. With more and more people getting infected, the city's power grid was damaged, and darkness engulfed the city. The hospital was overcrowded with patients. Mi Ji was alone at home. Feeling scared, she kept trying to contact her mother, Min Soo, who was a nurse, but there was no response. As someone knocked on the door, Mi Ji assumed it was Min Soo returning. Excitedly, Mi Ji approached the door, but just as she was about to open it, her phone rang. It was a video call from Min Soo at the hospital, telling Mi Ji that there was an emergency and she might be home late. Confused about who was knocking on the door if Min Soo was at the hospital, Mi Ji stepped back in fear. On the other side, Min Soo was unaware of what was happening and continued to inquire about the situation. Suddenly, the glass door shattered, and a woman Mi Ji didn't recognize entered the house. Terrified, Mi Ji turned and ran. Min Soo sees a woman with dark eyes breaking into the house through a mobile phone dropped on the floor. She was extremely anxious. Min Soo put down her work and rushed towards the hospital entrance, but a man covered in pustules blocked her way. The man attempted to attack Min Soo, but luckily, Hwa-sun, a police officer, appeared in time and dealt with the man. Min Soo urgently sought Hwa-sun's help, so they hurriedly drove to rescue Mi Ji. The streets were in chaos, with zombies attacking the crowd. Quickly, they reached their home, but Mi Ji was nowhere to be found. They started searching frantically. At that moment, Mi Ji was hiding under a car, but even in such a concealed spot, she was spotted by a zombie. The zombie was about to grab her, and Mi Ji screamed in terror, hearing her daughter's voice. Min Soo looked out the window just in time to see Mi Ji crawling out from under the car and running out of sight. Min Soo rushed outside to follow her daughter's trail and quickly located Mi Ji. However, just as they reunited, a female zombie caught up with them, blocking their escape route. It turned out that the female zombie mistook Mi Ji for her own child. In a critical moment, a car rammed into the female zombie, knocking her down. It was Hwa-sun who came to their rescue. Seeing this opportunity, Min Soo quickly opened the car's trunk, and Mi Ji climbed inside. The female zombie, now back on her feet, picked up a shard of glass from the ground and viciously stabbed Min-soo. Injured, Min-soo had no choice but to close the trunk quickly. Hwa-sun sees this and tries to get out of the car to help, but the door gets stuck in the steps. The female zombie soon set her sights on Mi-ji. Reacting to the situation, Min-soo holds onto the zombie through the pain, and then struggles with the zombie. Hwa-sun in the car is holding his pistol, but he can't find a chance to kill the zombie. Min-soo urged Hwa-sun to take Mi-ji and leave. However, Hwa-sun was reluctant to leave Min-soo behind, but the situation became more dangerous as the dark smoke and a horde of zombies approached. Min-soo continued to fight the female zombie, begging Hwa-sun to escape. Looking at the scene in front of him, Mi-ji was sobbing uncontrollably. Seeing that a large number of zombies are about to rush over, Hwa-sun has to drive away with Mi-ji in time. This is also the last goodbye between mother and daughter. The female zombie chasing her is hit by the car. The street was a mess. Burning cars, people running around, little girls crying. Hwa-sun felt devastated and helpless, looking at the apocalyptic scene around her. Before Hwa-sun could recover, there was an accident at an intersection and the car crashed straight into the side of the road. They were forced to get out of the car. As Hwa-sun embraced Mi-ji, a zombie attacked them, but Hwa-sun managed to block the zombie's attack just in time. After a fierce struggle, Hwa-sun managed to subdue the zombie and put it in the trunk. But Hwa-sun turns around and sees only panicked people running away, while Mi-ji is nowhere to be seen. Hwa-sun looks around for Mi-ji and is worried about her safety. A loudspeaker broadcasts, and Hwa-sun can only search for Mi-ji in the direction of the sound. Survivors were flocking to a nearby school, but the zombies were relentlessly chasing after them. The school gates were locked, and the crowd was besieged by zombies, leading to a chaotic scene. They had no choice but to climb over the fence. A girl injured her foot, and her father urged her older sister to run. The zombies broke through the gates, and the girl could only watch in horror as her father and sister were killed by the zombies. The girl reached the entrance of a building, and Tae-soo, one of her teachers, saw her. He tried to open the door, but an elderly man inside stopped him. Meanwhile, the zombies caught up with the girl and tackled her to the ground, and those who escaped were on full alert. Hwa-sun found Mi-ji here, while Min-jae and Dong-rim, who had escaped in a car, also arrived. A patrolling security guard was pierced through the chest by the tentacles of a monster. They immediately brought the injured guard into a classroom for rescue, but the first aid kit was in the medical room, which was now occupied by zombies. To get the first aid kit, Hwa-sun decided to attract the zombies' attention alone. She made noise to draw them towards her and then quickly ran away. The zombies chased after her, and she led them into a classroom. Hwa-sun used the chaos of tables and chairs to evade the zombies' pursuit. Just as Hwa-sun was about to escape through the door, Min-jae suddenly locked the door and gave an evil smile. The zombies in the classroom pounce on Hwa-sun in a frenzy, and she is soon pinned down by the zombies. Just when Min-jae thought Hwa-sun was going to die, Hwa-sun got out from under the table, but was quickly caught by the zombies again. Hwa-sun could only hit the window and jump out of it. Luckily, Hwa-sun grabbed the balcony with his backhand and escaped. Min-jae returned to the classroom and claimed that Hwa-sun had turned into a zombie. Tae-soo, however, didn't believe him and slapped Min-jae. While they continued to search for medical supplies, a zombie suddenly rushed out, and Tae-soo was tackled onto a table. Dong-rim's foot was also injured when a zombie stepped on it. Min-jae, sensing the danger, quickly fled the scene. Thankfully, Tae-soo managed to deal with the zombie, and they escaped from the medical room. However, the zombies continued to pursue them, and they fled into a corridor. Tae-soo blocked the door temporarily, but Dong-rim accidentally fell, as the zombies were about to attack. Fortunately, Hwa-sun appeared and quickly killed all the zombies in the area. Hwa-sun asked Tae-soo to take the medicine and leave first, while she took Dong-rim, who was injured, and escaped. As Tae-soo left, countless zombies broke through the gates and surged towards the group. Hwa-sun desperately fired her gun, but the overwhelming number of zombies forced them to leap out of the corridor through the glass windows. At this point, Min-jae has lost his mind. He raises his chair and smashes the glass door blocking the zombies, and countless zombie hordes swarm in. Tae-soo quickly rushed to the classroom and urged everyone to run, but it was too late. The group had to use desks and chairs to fend off the zombie attacks, but the zombie attack was too strong for them to resist, and the scene was in chaos. The zombies are frantically biting the crowd. The fastest runners are desperately trying to escape. Those who run slowly will become zombie food. At this moment, no one can care about anyone. If you want to live, you can only run for your life. Even those hiding in the restrooms couldn't escape the Black Mist's attack. Soon the school has become a zombie paradise. In the midst of the chaos, Hwa-sun and Min-jae engaged in a fierce showdown. Ultimately, Hwa-sun managed to disable Min-jae and send him away. On the other side, Tae-soo was also pierced through the chest by a several-meter-long tentacle. Mi-ji was targeted by the creature, but Hwa-sun arrived just in time and rescued her by shooting at the monster. Unexpectedly, the creature launched a sneak attack from behind Hwa-sun and knocked her to the ground. In a critical moment, Tae-han comes to the rescue, but Tae-han is knocked to the ground by the monster's punch. What they didn't realize was that Dong-rim, who inhaled the black mist at the pit, had completely deteriorated and became one with the monster. Hwa-sun asks the monster what it did to Dong-rim, but the monster says it did it to get back at her classmates for bullying her. Dong-rim accepts the monster into her body and she wants to punish everyone. Tae-han fights back while they're talking, and is overpowered by the monster again. Tae-han is about to be killed by the monster. Hwa-sun and Mi-ji try to wake up Dong-rim, who has lost her mind to the monster, but the deteriorated Dong-rim still has human consciousness in his heart and he doesn't kill Tae-han. Dong-rim turns around and leaves. It doesn't end there. They decide to use nitrogen agent to solidify the monster and destroy it. Tae-han headed to the control room, while Hwa-sun and the police officer lured the monster. Unexpectedly, a steady stream of zombies attacked Tae-han. In a critical moment, Tae-han shot and detonated a gas canister, turning the zombies to ashes in an instant. Soon the monster reappears, and by this time Dong-rim has been completely deteriorated. The monster instantly knocks the sheriff to the ground and reaches its tentacles towards Hwa-sun to fling her directly to the ground. At this moment, with whatever remained of her consciousness, Dong-rim used her tentacles to pierce the liquid nitrogen canister and took control of the monster's body. A large volume of liquid nitrogen erupted, causing the monster to cry out in agony. Tae-han rushed over, smashing one of the monster's legs with a gun. The monster lost its balance and fell to the ground, quickly freezing as the liquid nitrogen solidified its body. Hwa-sun told Dong-rim to get away from the monster, but Dong-rim can't get away from the monster and shouts for Hwa-sun to shoot him. Helpless, Hwa-sun took a fatal shot at the monster, and the creature controlling the zombies disintegrated into ash. All the zombies who inhaled the black mist fell to the ground. The zombie crisis caused by the black hole is finally solved. They can finally take off their masks and breathe fresh air.